Hey guys, it's Owen from Wrestling Inc. back with another wrestling news roundup. Without any further ado, let's get into today's biggest stories in the world of professional wrestling. Matt Hardy on why Jeff Hardy turned down WWE Hall of Fame. For several weeks now, AEW star Matt Hardy has provided numerous updates regarding his brother Jeff Hardy following his release from WWE. On his latest Twitch stream Monday, Matt Hardy again went through the situation, once again confirming that Jeff Hardy was offered a spot in the WWE Hall of Fame once his drug test came back negative. Quote, "It took them several weeks and they kind of had to jump through some hoops to get his drug test results back," Hardy said. "Obviously negative, he has passed every drug test he's had while he's been there. The issues that he had in the past were with alcohol and he hasn't had those in quite a while, so everything is on the up and up for Jeff." And then they did realise they jumped the gun a little bit whenever they released him before they got those drug test results back. And it's strange because they waited weeks and they really had to go after these drug test results to get them back, because I guess they knew it wasn't going to paint them in the best light. For the longest story short, they offered him to be inducted into the 2022 Hall of Fame. Matt Hardy also gave some more info as to why Jeff Hardy turned down WWE's offer. According to Matt, Jeff Hardy asked whether Matt Hardy would be inducted with him, and upon being told no due to Matt Hardy's AEW status, promptly declined. Quote, "Jeff asked, 'So you want to induct me into the Hall of Fame?' Hardy said. And he said, 'Well, let me ask you. I know you guys have spoken with AEW. Is this going to be the Hardy Boys? Is this myself and my brother Matt?' And they go, 'Oh, no. We can't get Matt. He's under contract at AEW. You know, it would just be you.' And Jeff said, 'Well, that's a hard no.' He definitely stood up for the team of the Hardy Boys." Top New Japan Pro Wrestling star says he is a free agent, reaches out to Tony Khan. New Japan Pro Wrestling star Tama Tonga of the Bullet Club says he is currently a free agent. Tonga took to Twitter this week to declare that he is a free agent as his contract expired at the end of January. Quote, "I am a free agent since January 30, 2022. Hashtag misinformation," he wrote. Tonga then posted a follow-up tweet and tagged AEW president Tony Khan. Quote, "Hey Tony Khan, wanna burn bridges? I love burning bridges. Hashtag F a forbidden door," he wrote. Khan has not publicly responded to Tonga's tweet as of recording right now. Tonga teams with his adopted brother Tangaloa as the Gorillas of Destiny, and they are 7-time IWGP Tag Team Champions. They are currently working with Impact Wrestling with fellow Bullet Club members Jay White of New Japan Pro Wrestling and Chris Bay of Impact, and will challenge Impact World Tag Team Champions The Good Brothers at No Surrender on February 19. Tonga first started working with New Japan Pro Wrestling in 2010. Nick Gage signs new GCW contract. Top GCW star Nick Gage has reportedly signed a new contract with the promotion. Game Changer Wrestling has signed Gage to a multi-year contract according to Fightful Select. It was noted that this is an exclusive contract, but there's no word yet on the exact length of the deal. The new deal will allow Gage to reduce the number of matches he has to wrestle moving forward while keeping him as part of the GCW brand. GCW has confirmed the report on Gage signing a new deal. Gage is currently one half of the GCW Tag Team Champions with Matt Tremont. Known as the New Hate Club, Gage and Tremont defeated the Briscoes to capture the straps at GCW's The World on GCW pay-per-view last month. Gage is seen as the face of GCW by many and previously held the GCW World title for 722 days in his first reign that began in December 2017. He lost the title to AJ Gray in December 2019, but Ricky Shane Page won it that same night. Gage won the title from Page on April 9, 2021 and held the title for 106 days before dropping it to Matt Cardona at GCW Homecoming Night 1 last July. Cardona dropped the title to current champion Jon Moxley at GCW's The Art of War Games on September 4, and there have been teases of a Gage vs Moxley rematch after Moxley successfully retained over Gage at GCW's Fight Club event on October 9. Gage made his AEW debut at Fight for the Fallen 2021 last July, losing to Chris Jericho in a 5 Labors of Jericho No Rules match during the Jericho vs MJF storyline. Top AEW star to be inducted into Ring of Honor Hall of Fame. Bryan Danielson is about to become a 2-time Hall of Famer. The AEW star, who was inducted into the 2016 class of the Wrestling Observer Newsletter Hall of Fame, will now be inducted into the Ring of Honor Hall of Fame. ROH announced Bryan Danielson's induction in a press release on their website. Quote, Ring of Honor is proud to welcome Bryan Danielson, the embodiment of fighting spirit and technical wrestling excellence, into the inaugural class of the ROH Hall of Fame, ROH's statement read. Quote, the American Dragon played a major role in establishing ROH as the best wrestling on the planet, beginning with his performance in the main event on ROH's debut show, The Era of Honor Begins in 2002. Whenever the final countdown blared throughout the building as Danielson made his entrance to the ring, fans knew they were about to witness a true master of his craft at work. A superior technician, striker, and submission specialist, Danielson cemented his status as the best wrestler in the sport when he won the ROH World title in 2005. His 462-day reign as ROH World Champion is the third longest, and he made a record 38 successful title defenses. Danielson made history in 2006 when he defeated arch-rival and ROH Pure Champion Nigel McGuinness in Liverpool, England to merge the titles. He also won the inaugural Survival of the Fittest in 2004 and main evented ROH's first pay-per-view in 2007. Quote, Danielson had many impressive victories in ROH, but one of the most memorable performances came in defeat. Just over 4 minutes into his match against then ROH World Champion Takeshi Morishima in 2007, Danielson suffered a detached retina as a result of the Japanese powerhouse's clubbing blows. Morishima targeted Danielson's injured left eye throughout the match, but Danielson showed incredible toughness and heart and came within a fraction of a second of winning before Morishima ultimately prevailed after more than 20 dramatic minutes. After leaving ROH in 2009, Danielson would gain worldwide fame in WWE, where he main evented WrestleMania in 2014 before more than 75,000 fans at the Superdome in New Orleans. Danielson is currently one of the top stars in AEW. Bryan Danielson is the second announced inductee into the ROH Hall of Fame following the Briscoes. More inductees are expected to be announced, with the ceremony airing on the weekend of March 5th, according to the statement. Bryan Danielson hasn't commented on his induction at this time. In the meantime, Bryan Danielson is keeping busy for AEW, recently starting a program with former rival and recently returned star Jon Moxley. In an in-ring confrontation last week on AEW Dynamite, Danielson offered Moxley the opportunity to unite and take over AEW as a unit. Moxley has yet to give Danielson an answer. WWE Raw Superstar scores first televised pinfall victory in nearly 2 years. Raw Tag Team Champion Chad Gable pinned Angelo Dawkins in Alpha Academy's win over the Street Profits on last night's Raw. In the process, Gable scored his first pinfall televised victory since the former Shorty G defeated Mojo Rawley on the June 15, 2020 tapings of SmackDown. It should be noted that Gable did pin Riddle at 2 WWE live events last month, but Monday marked the first televised pinfall win in nearly 2 years. This includes Gable in singles and tag matches on the SmackDown brand. Otis has scored all the televised pinfall wins for the Alpha Academy since the team was formed in late 2020. He also pinned Randy Orton last month on Raw in the title change match. Gable received a lot of praise on social media for his performance in the Quiz Bowl that kicked off Raw. RK Bro would eventually win the Academic Challenge to secure a future title shot against Gable and Otis. Alpha Academy is expected to defend the Raw Tag Team titles against RK Bro at the upcoming Elimination Chamber event. Eddie Kingston gives update on recovery from injury. AEW star Eddie Kingston has missed the last several weeks with an orbital bone injury, though he is expected to be back soon. In an interview with the Wrestle Talk podcast, however, Eddie Kingston stated that he could be back right now and is ready to go. He also talked about previously working through a similar injury to the one he has right now. Quote, "The injury's great, I'm ready to go right now," Kingston said. "If the doctors would clear me, I would go. I would just have to protect the whole time, but I'm used to that, like I've had this injury before. Back out on the independents, you gotta go. I gotta make money, I gotta pay my rent. I had the match, things happen, it's not ballet, plus we're fighting. I like to keep it as realistic as possible. Blew my nose to my eye, swelled up, I said, oh, it's an orbital without doubt, I've had this before. I wanted to ask the AEW doctor, hey, is it alright if I cut it again? And he was like, what are you talking about, cut it again? Well, I cut it, and I don't just do things for a little bit and I'll be fine. He's like, no, go to the doctor. I was like, okay, but that's what I had to do on the independents. You know what I mean? Well, I would cut it a little bit to get the blood or the air out, and then tell the, go to work the next day. When asked if there was anything he could do to speed up the recovery process, Eddie Kingston revealed there wasn't really anything to do. Nevertheless, he's feeling better, mentally, physically, every single day. Quote, put ice on it and rest up, Kingston said. There's nothing I can really do. There's no secret yoga or gun thingy, whatever gimmick to make it better. You just got to deal with it. I'm getting better at when I first started lifting again. Right after I would lift, I would feel like my skull wanted to pop out of my face because I was lifting too heavy. Now I do it and it just throbs a little bit. So it's getting better every day. Mentally, I'm getting better every day. So what are your thoughts on the stories covered in today's Wrestling News Roundup? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Be sure to like and subscribe to Wrestling Inc. and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.